Chandra Gaura Hari Jaya Nitai Chaitanya Chandra Nitai Chaitanya Chandra Gaura Hari Jaya Nitai Gaura Chandra Nitai Gaura Chandra Gaura Hari Jaya Radha Nila Madhav Radha Nila Madhav Radhe Jaya Nitai Nityananda Ram Jaya 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 Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Iskcon Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Iskcon Guru Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Prem se kaho Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Ghor Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय मायापन अवधि धाम की जय पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा मई की जय जमुना मई की जय भक्ति देवी की जय तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय लॉर्ड नित्यानंद अपीयरेंस की जय की जय ट्रांसेंडेंटल बुक डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय ट्रांसेंडेंटल प्रसादम डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय युग धर्म हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की जय हरे कृष्णा धाम ह्यूस्टन की जय द डिवाइन लॉर्ड शिव श्री श्री निताय चैतन्य चंद्र निताय गौर चंद्र की जय द डिवाइन लॉर्ड शिव श्री श्री राधा गिरिधारी जी की जय द डिवाइन लॉर्ड शिव श्री श्री गिरि गोवर्धन की जय द डिवाइन लॉर्डशिप एंड मोस्ट मर्सीफुल श्री श्री राधा नीला माधव की जय श्री श्री राधा नीला माधव गौर भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंद all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to see Guru and see Gauranga.
So a little bit of a departure this morning for Lord Nityananda Trayodasi. So we'll be looking at the Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, and start with something a little different. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Om Agyantamarandasya Jananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamini Tinamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvashesha Shunyavadi Paschatade Shatarane Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha Patitanam Pavinyebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So if you're wanting to follow along this morning, I'm going to be reading from the Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela, Chapter 5, the glories of Nityananda Balaram, Lord Nityananda Balaram, and I will be beginning. One moment. Sorry about that. I'll begin at text 1. Text 1. So, good news. Before I begin, I wanted to announce that we have completed the recording of the Chaitanya Charitamrita yesterday. We finished chapter 20 of the Antya Lila, and the goal is to spend most of this year editing. As you know, most of you know, you don't see me very much because I spend anywhere from 8 to 12 hours a day editing these files, which is a monumental task, but it's coming along very quickly, and we will probably, depending on what the BBT wants to do, but possibly be publishing first of this next coming year, which is great news. And then we'll begin on the Srimad Bhagavatam. So possibly squeeze the Bhagavad Gita in between. So I know that this is good news for our preachers, especially, to be able to put these texts into the hands of the public, knowing that most likely a audio file will be perused more quickly by most people than a book. That's not a very good evaluation of the day and time in which we live, but most people don't read, but almost anybody will listen to an audio file. So seeing that the process really itself is hearing, and hearing from the right source, and hearing in the sound vibration of a pure devotee, this is really good news for our society, and especially for humanity at large, to have these books, Srila Prabhupada's books, in an audio form. That's done nicely. So, Hare Krishna. Chapter 5 of the Adi Lila, the glories of Lord Nityananda Balaram. Before I actually begin reading, I just wanted to briefly quote out of the Pancharatra Pradeep, which is the book that's used for deity worship. And in those volumes there are many prayers, many mantras that are used for meditating upon the deities and for considering the glories of the deities as one goes about their pujari work. And I just wanted to kind of introduce this morning with this verse from the Pancharatra Pradeep. I don't know where it originates from, probably one of the Puranas, but it is a mantra glorifying Lord Nityananda Balaram. And just the English. I bow down to the Supreme Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is the awarder of the highest joy to all. I bow down to the Supreme Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is the awarder of the highest joy to all, the bestower of the holy name, and the crest jewel of all Paramahansa mendicants, or as another translation has it, the crest jewel of all avadutas. And the chief characteristic that we find with Lord Nityananda is that he is the expander. Not only is he the first expansion from Lord Krishna, and basically is everything that Lord Krishna is, except for there are bodily differences. And he is the Supreme Lord, Lord Balaram, Lord Nityananda, as he comes with Lord Chaitanya. Lord Nityananda is the Supreme Lord. But he also is that expansion of the Supreme Lord which expands. Everything expands from him. There is nothing other than the Supreme Lord without Lord Nityananda. Everything expands from him. The spiritual world expands from him. The spiritual planets expand from him. All other avatars and expansions are expansions of Lord Nityananda. And I point this out just so that you can tune your ear in to the Adi Lila, chapter 5, and to hear all that Lord Nityananda does. Truly, our lives are dependent not just materially, but even more so spiritually upon the mercy of Lord Nityananda. And so much so that the Shastra tells us that it is impossible to have a relationship with Lord Krishna, with Lord Chaitanya, apart from Lord Nityananda. It is that essential. So I'm going to begin. Chapter 5 of the Adi Leela, the glories of Lord Nityananda Ram, Lord Nityananda Balaram, beginning with the introduction. This chapter is chiefly devoted to describing the essential nature and glories of Sri Nityananda Prabhu. Lord Sri Krishna is the absolute personality of Godhead, and his first expansion in a form for pastimes is Sri Balaram. Beyond the limitation of this material world is the spiritual sky, Paravyoma, which has many spiritual planets, the supreme of which is called Krishna Loka. Krishna Loka, the abode of Krishna, has 3 divisions, which are known as Dwaraka, Mathura, and Gokula. In that abode, the personality of Godhead expands himself into 4 plenary portions: Krishna, Balaram, Pradyumna, the transcendental Cupid, and Aniruddha. They are known as the original quadruple forms. In Krishna Loka is a transcendental place known as Shwetadweep, or Vrindavan. Below Krishna Loka, in the spiritual sky, are the Vaikuntha planets. On each Vaikuntha planet, a 4-handed Narayan, expanded from the first quadruple manifestation, is present. The personality of Godhead, known as Sri Balaram in Krishna Loka, is the original Sankarshan, or attracting deity. And from this Sankarshan expands another Sankarshan, called Maha Sankarshan, who resides in one of the Vaikuntha planets. By his internal potency, Maha Sankarshan maintains the transcendental existence of all the planets in the spiritual world, all the planets in the spiritual sky, where all the living beings are eternally liberated souls. The influence of this material energy is conspicuous there by its absence. On those planets, the second quadruple manifestation is present. So in other words, according to this introduction, Lord Nityananda, or Lord Balaram, is the one from whom all the Narayan expansions, all the Vishnu expansions expand. And not only does he create the spiritual world, and he is the substance of it. It's made from his substance, but he also expands, and Krishna or Vishnu expands from him in each of those planets. Outside of the Vaikuntha planets is the impersonal manifestation of Sri Krishna, which is known as Brahmaloka. On the other side of Brahmaloka is the spiritual Karana Samudra, or causal ocean. The material energy exists on the other side of the causal ocean without touching it. In the causal ocean is Mahavishnu, the original Purusha expansion from Sankarshan. Mahavishnu places his glance over the material energy, and by a reflection of his transcendental body, he amalgamates himself within the material elements. As the source of the material elements, the material energy is known as Pradhan. And as the source of the manifestations of the material energy, it is known as Maya. But material nature is inert, in that she has no independent power to do anything. She is empowered to make the cosmic manifestation by the glance of Mahavishnu, who is an expansion of Nityananda, Balaram. Therefore, the material energy is not the original cause of the material manifestation. Rather, the transcendental glance of Mahavishnu over material nature produces that cosmic manifestation. Mahavishnu again enters every universe as the reservoir of all living entities, Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. From Garbhodakashayi Vishnu expands Kshirodakashayi Vishnu, the supersoul of every living entity. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu also has his own Vaikuntha planet in every universe, where he lives as the supersoul or supreme controller of the universe. Garbhodakashayi Vishnu reclines in the midst of the watery portion of the universe and generates the first living creature of the universe, Brahma. The imaginary universal form is a partial manifestation of Garbhodakashayi Vishnu. On the Vaikuntha planet in every universe is an ocean of milk. And within that ocean is an island called Shwetadweep, where Lord Vishnu lives. Therefore, this chapter describes two Shwetadweepas, one in the abode of Krishna and the other in the ocean of milk in every universe. The Shwetadweepa in the abode of Krishna is identical with Vrindavan Dham, which is the place where Krishna appears himself to display his loving pastimes. In the Shwetadweep, within every universe, is a Shesha form of Godhead, who serves Vishnu by assuming the form of his umbrella, slippers, couch, pillows, garments, residence, sacred thread, throne, and so on. All these are expansions of Lord Nityananda. Lord Baladev in Krishna Loka is Nityananda Prabhu. Therefore, Nityananda Prabhu is the original Sankarshan, and Mahasankarshan is his expansion, as the Purushas in the universes are plenary expansions of Nityananda Prabhu. In this chapter, the author has described the history of his leaving home for a personal pilgrimage to Vrindavan and his achieving all success there. In this description, it is revealed that the author's original paternal home and birthplace were in the district of Katwa, in the village of Jamatapur, which is near Naihati. Krishnadas Kaviraja's brother invited Sri Minakatena Ram Das, a great devotee of Lord Nityananda, to his home. But a priest named Gunarnava Mishra did not receive him well, that is, didn't receive Nityananda well. And Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami's brother, not recognizing the glories of Lord Nityananda, also took sides with the priest. This part of the story tells you what happens when you don't recognize Lord Nityananda. When you recognize Lord Chaitanya, but you don't recognize Nityananda. Therefore, Ram Das became sorry, broke his flute, and went away. This was a great disaster for the brother of Krishnadas Kaviraj. But on that very night, Lord Nityananda Prabhu himself graced Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in a dream and ordered him to leave on the next day for Vrindavan. Text 1. Let me offer my obeisances to Lord Sri Nityananda, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, whose opulence is wonderful and unlimited. By his will, even a fool can understand his identity. Text 2. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhaktavrinda. All glories to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All glories to Lord Nityananda. All glories to Advaita Acharya. And all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I have described the glory of Sri Krishna in 6 verses. Now in 5 verses I shall describe the glory of Lord Nityananda. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is the fountainhead of all incarnations. Lord Balaram is his second body. These two are one in the same identity. They differ only in form. Lord Balaram is the first bodily expansion of Krishna, and he assists Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. He assists in Lord Krishna's transcendental pastimes. Purport. Balaram is a swamsha expansion of the Lord, and there is no difference in potency between Krishna and Balaram. The only difference is in their bodily structure. As the first expansion of Godhead, Balaram is the chief deity among the first quadruple forms, and he is the foremost assistant of Sri Krishna in his transcendental activities. Text 6. That original Lord Krishna appeared in Navadvip as Lord Chaitanya, and Balaram appeared with him as Lord Nityananda. May Sri Nityananda Ram be the object of my constant remembrance. Sankarshan, Sheshanaga, and the Vishnus who lie on the Karana ocean, Garbha ocean, and the ocean of milk are his plenary portions, and the portions of his plenary portions. Lord Balaram is the original Sankarshan. He assumes 5 other forms to serve Lord Krishna. He himself helps in the pastimes of Lord Krishna, and he does the work of creation in 4 other forms. So one of his forms is the form in which he becomes the Lord's everything. All the Lord's paraphernalia becomes Lord Balaram, incarnates as Balaram, incarnates as Nityananda, and the other expansions of Lord Balaram are the way in which he expands as the creation. He executes the orders of Lord Krishna in the work of creation, and in the form of Lord Shesha, he serves Krishna in various ways. In all the forms, he tastes the transcendental bliss of serving Krishna. That same Balaram is Lord Nityananda, the companion of Lord Gaurasundar. I have explained the 7th verse in 4 subsequent verses. By these verses, all the world can know the truth about Lord Nityananda. Hare Krishna. So I debated whether or not to speak on this myself this morning or to hear Srila Prabhupada. And guess which one I opted for? Srila Prabhupada. So I want to read for you a lecture by Srila Prabhupada from 1977 on this very day of Nityananda Trayodasi, in which he speaks on these verses from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. You know how you know something, but then something dawns on you, and the thing that you thought you knew dawns on you afresh in a way that you never heard it before. And so going through this exercise of thinking about Lord Nityananda and reading through these passages last night and this morning, and I read through all the purports and everything, and just coming to realize Srila Prabhupada's going to mention this in this talk, but just coming to realize how essential to us Lord Nityananda is. He's not an afterthought or an adjunction to our faith. He is actually central to our trusting in Lord Krishna. There is no trust in Lord Krishna apart from Lord Nityananda, Lord Balaram. There is no trust in Lord Chaitanya without trust in Lord Nityananda. These two come hand in hand. And later on in the Adi Leela, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj says that it's impossible for us to know Radha Krishna and not know Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. You can't know Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda without coming to know Radha and Krishna. And you cannot come to know Radha and Krishna without coming to know Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. So this was on the appearance of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. This was given in Bhubaneswar on February 2nd, 1977. Srila Prabhupada says, so today, the appearance day of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is Baladev Tattva, who was formerly the son of Nanda Maharaj. He has appeared as the son of Shachi Devi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mother's name was Shachi Devi. So Krishna is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and Balaram is Nityananda Prabhu. So Balaram, in the Vedic literature, it is said, Nayam Atma Bala Hinena Labhya Na Bahuna Shrutena. So Bala means strength. Sometimes rascal philosophers, they take it that Bala means bodily strength. They propagate this philosophy that unless you are bodily and stout and strong, you cannot achieve spiritual salvation. Thank God for me. I'm a 200-pound weakling. They take it to mean that Bala means bodily strength, and that unless you are bodily stout and strong, you cannot achieve spiritual salvation. You must be very strong and stout and eat meat and fight, and then you will get next spiritual birth. No. This Bala, this strength is different. This is spiritual strength. The difficulty of the present situation is that actually we are moving on account of spiritual strength. But they have no information on what spiritual strength is. They are thinking of material strength. That is expressed here. Ahankaraya mata hoya nittai para parashriya asatyere asatya korimani. This is due to ahankara, or the false ego. Ahankara virudatma kartaham iti manyate. Those who are vimudha, especially rascal. Vihimudha means especially rascal. Mudha means rascal, and vai means visha or vishanam, particularly. So these are particularly rascals, not just rascals, but really rascals. The same thing which is spoken in the Bhagavad Gita, Narottam Das Thakur says the same thing in a plain Bengali language. By the spell of Maya, ahankar, they are thinking, we are independent. We can do whatever we like. This is called ahankar. Under false pretext, false prestige, everyone is thinking that we are independent. We can find out the solution of the problems of life by material adjustment, so on and so on. So that is our material disease, ahankar vimud atma, bewildered. They do not understand that the real strength is spiritual strength. We see daily that a very strong man or very powerful man with a very good brain, a very good scientist. So where is the strength? The strength is Atma. As soon as the Atma or the soul goes out of this body, so intelligent, so strong, and so many things, but he is nothing. That is the difference between a dead man and the living man. A living man is very powerful, very good position, everything. As soon as he lies down, he is lying down on the floor, and if you kick him on his face, he'll not protest. So where is that strength? The strength is gone. That is spiritual strength. On the spiritual strength, the body moves. Suppose you have got a very good car, Mercedes car or Rolls Royce, but when there is no petrol, how the car will move? It is not possible. There is a spirit, petrol spirit. Similarly, real strength is spiritual strength. No such thing as bodily strength, Prabhupada says. All strength is spiritual strength. That spiritual strength is Balaram. Bala means strength. Therefore, we have to take shelter of the lotus feet of Balaram, Guru Tattva. Balaram means Guru Tattva. Balaram represents Guru. Yasya prasadad bhagavat prasada. If we want to understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if we want to understand Krishna, then we must take shelter of Balaram. Nityam atma balahinena labhya. This balahinena labhya is Vedic injunction. This Vedic injunction means without mercy of Balaram, you cannot understand anything. You cannot realize your spiritual identification. So that Balaram comes is Nityananda Prabhu. Therefore, we must take shelter of Balaram. This song has been sung by Narottam Das Thakur. Nitai Parakamala, Koti Chandra, Sushistula. If we take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu, then we get peace. Just like in daytime, especially in the summer season, we become very much exasperated. But at night, in the evening, as soon as there is moonshine, we become very much satisfied. All day's labor and fatigue is immediately moved. The shade of Nityananda Prabhu's lotus feet is Koti Chandra Sushitala, as pleasing as the crore of moonshine. One moonshine gives us so much pleasure, so if we want actually peace of mind, if we actually want to be free from this material fatiguement, Jai Shri Shri Radha Nila Madhava Ki. If we actually want to be free from this material fatiguement, then we must take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is the strength, spiritual strength. And without spiritual strength, you cannot approach Krishna. Nayam Atma Pravacha. Simply by talking nonsense. Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhya. If you are a good speaker, that does not mean you'll understand yourself. neither by good brain. Because you have a very good brain, you'll understand Krishna? No. If you think that you are a very good scholar, university degree holder, then you'll understand? No. This is not possible. So we must have spiritual strength. That source of spiritual strength is Balaram, Krishna's next manifestation. Prakash Vigraha. Krishna is manifesting himself through Balaram. So we have to take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. The whole world is suffering. But if you want peace, then you take the shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. Our real aim in life, how to go back home, back to Godhead, and associate with Radha Krishna. In another song, the same author says, Manusya janama paya Radha Krishna na bhajaya janiya suniya bishakanu. Unless you come to Radha Krishna, you cannot get real pleasure. If you want to dance and get pleasure, don't dance independently. Dance with Krishna. Then you'll be happy. The dancing is there, but dancing without Krishna, but dancing without association of Krishna, just like here in our temple, we are also eating, but we are eating the remnants of foodstuff left by Krishna. That is real pleasure. It is not that we are stopping eating. We are not stopping eating. We are not dry philosophers. All over the world, we are eating Krishna prasadam, and we have got good experience. At least 10,000 men and women, they are taking Krishna prasadam, but we have no anxiety. We have no anxiety. A family consists of a few members. They are full of anxiety, how to maintain the family. And we are maintaining a family of 10,000 men. We have no anxiety. Just see, practically, we have no anxiety. We require thousands and thousands of rupees for maintaining Europe and America, a very costly affair. But because we are under the shelter of Nityananda Prabhu, Balaram, we have no anxiety. That means material life means anxiety. You cannot avoid anxiety if you lead a material life. Then you will be anxious. That is Prahlad Maharaj's instruction. He was asked by his father, "My dear son, what have you learned? Tell me the best thing from your teachers." So he replied, "My dear father," he never said, "My dear father." He said, "My dear best of the Asuras, Asura Varya. The whole human society is suffering, at least suffering from one disease, anxiety. Ask anybody. Take one small ant and take the big elephant. Take the President of the United States, or take a street beggar. Ask him whether you are free from anxiety. Nobody will say, no. Ask whether you are free from anxiety. Nobody will say, no, I am full of anxiety. That's a fact. So why they are anxious, in full anxiety? That Prahlad Maharaj has replied. Because we have taken asad vastu, that will not exist. Everything, whatever you have got, this body will not exist, and this is the main platform of our existence. In the material world, so long the body is there, you exist. So Prahlad Maharaj said that the real solution of problems of life is to get out of this material condition. That is best thing in my opinion. That is Vedic injunction also. Asatto masad gamaya. Don't live in this asat. in this material condition. Go to real existence. That real existence means spiritual life. Nahanyate ahanyamane sarire. So if we actually want life, blissful life, then we must get out of this material existence. That is Prahlad Maharaj's instruction. Samud vigna diyam. And if you remain in the material existence, you must suffer some anxiety. There is no excuse. So Prahlad Maharaj advises, if your real problem is anxiety, and this anxiety will continue so long as you are in the material existence. Therefore, the real life is to get out of this material. Atma Gatam means killing the soul. This material civilization is killing the soul. That they have no information of the soul. They do not know how to become peaceful, how to become blissful. They are trying to be peaceful by external material energy. They are thinking by constructing big, big buildings, just like in Bhubaneswar they are doing, and having good, very big, big roads and motor cars. That is the advancement of civilization? No, that is not advancement. That is increasing their anxiety. There is no solution of the anxiety. There is, formerly that I was speaking, there was no university. The university was in the cottage. Vyasadeva was writing Srimad Bhagavatam and all the Puranas in a cottage. So university was there. Who can produce such literature as Vyasadeva has given? From any angle of vision, from literary point of view, from philosophical point of view, everything so perfect, every literature. Mahabharata, Puranas, Vedanta, Veda Vyas has given. So there was no need of university. It required clear brain. That was to be done by the Brahminical qualifications. So where is that education? That education, technical education, how you can very nicely hammer, this will not solve the problem. So if we want real solution of the problems, then our duty is first of all to take shelter of Nitai Parakamala. Then we'll be happy and we'll get moonshine and all our fatigueness will be subsided. So if you have no connection with Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda means always. Nitya means always. Ananda means pleasure. This is another meaning you can draw. So therefore, if you have no connection with Nityananda Prabhu, he is simply wasting time. Uselessly, he is wasting time. And Narottam Das Thakur has used a very strong word. Anyone who has no connection with Nityananda Prabhu, he is Pashu. Se Pashu. He is a Pashu, which means animal. So animal, how one animal can get happiness. That is not possible. The dog from the childhood, he's searching after food, and cannot get food. Unless a dog has got master, he is a street dog. He's always unhappy. So better to become a dog of Nityananda Prabhu. Then we shall be happy. Instead of becoming dog of so many other people, everyone is dog. Everyone is searching after to serve a master, but none of them are satisfied because that is false master. You take a real master, Nityananda Prabhu, you will be happy. Say Pasu Boro Durachar. He does not know where real happiness is. Where I shall become a dog. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung, therefore, my dear Vaishnava Thakur, kindly accept me as your dog, I am dog already, but I am Maya's dog. I'm not Vaishnava's dog, so kindly accept me. If you become a Vaishnava's dog, Charya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Paiche Keba. If you do not become a dog of a Vaishnava and Nityananda Prabhu, Nityananda is Guru. So if you do not become a dog of Nityananda Prabhu, Vaishnava or Guru, there is no question of happiness. He also has no connection with Nityananda Prabhu, and he does not say Jai Nitai, Jai Gora. He thinks that this society, family, society, friendship, and love divinely bestowed upon man. These materialist persons, they say like that. That is called Majilo, Samsara Suke. In Samsara, the wheel of time, there cannot be any sukha, but he's attracted. What we'll do with university education or being born in a big family, this will not help. This is not possible. Why they're accepting this false? On account of being misled by false prestige and false egoism, we are accepting this body, which is asat, that which is not, which does not exist, and that we have taken as reality. But if we take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu, then we get the enlightenment. Therefore, Narottam Das Thakur advises that today is Nityananda Prabhu's Avirbhav, appearance day. Let us at least remember today, Nittai Parakamala, that is wanted. Nittai Charana Satya Tahara Sevaka Nitya. The reality is Nittai Charana, and anyone who is a servant of Nittai, one who has become the dog of Nityananda Prabhu, he gets his eternal life. We are eternal, but under misconception of material identification. We are under the subjugation of Maya. It is very botheration, but they do not know it. I am going from one body to another, transmigration, and that is not guaranteed what kind of body I will get. They have no science, no knowledge about understanding Tata Dehantara, the very first instruction of Bhagavad Gita. They are so rascals, and they are proud of their education, their universities, and this is going on. Nittai Charana Satya Tahara Sevaka Nittai Para Sada Koro Asa. Therefore, we should always expect to be under the shelter of Nittai Parakamala. Narottam Bora Duki, Narottam Das Thakur, he is an acharya. He is presenting himself. That is, acharya means he is not Duki, but he's presenting himself as Duki. That is, acharya. Acharyas, they are never Duki, but taking the common man's position, he says, Narottam Boro Duki. Or in other words, Narottam means the best of human beings. So here in this material world, one may be the best of the human beings, a very exalted position, but everyone is Duki, unhappy. Narottam Boro Duki, Nittai Mora Kora Suki. Only Nityananda can make me happy. Otherwise, it is not possible. So today is Nityananda Prabhu's appearance day. We shall always pray, Nityananda Prabhu, kindly keep me under your shelter. So even though I am very duki, I am very unhappy, under the shelter of your lotus feet, I shall be happy. And that is real happiness. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki, all the assembled devotees ki, Vanchakalpa Tarubhyas cha, Kripa Sindhu Vyevacha, Patitanam Pavanyebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Thank you for enduring this morning. Nityananda Prabhu ki. I imagine that there is. I don't know what. Someone is asking about schedule today.